Without data, you're just another person with an opinion. Edward Deming. Hey guys, this is your friendly neighborhood Smarchitect. I have with me Mr. Lakshmi who is an MDM solution architect with Proficient. Lakshmi, introduce yourself.
Thanks for having me, Ari. I'm Lakshmi Munaji, a senior solution architect with Proficient. I've been in this industry for the last 15 years. I've been an MDM practitioner, data governance practitioner, and a data strategist. I've been with many industries and many domains, and lots of use cases to talk.
So, Lakshmi, let's start with a question of what are some of the key things to do that an organization need to undertake when they're going through journey to the MDM?
That's a great question, Arvind. To start off with, the primary and the top of the list is stakeholder engagement. MDM should be executed based on the requirements from the business, the other way around.
Now, when you say stakeholders, do you just mean business, or you're also talking about IT?
Sure. Business is the one which basically drives this MDM project, but IT will be implementing this project from a technical standpoint.
Good point. Okay.
Next one is data governance. Many of the organizations I went to or executed projects or programs, there's a key component missing, and we got introduced at that point in time, which is a data governance. Data governance will give visibility to make sure that MDM and MDM project are programmed from a certain goal to the enterprise level and be able to take the fruits out of that particular engagement.
And it gives that cadence to the organization as well, right? Better control over your data assets.
Exactly. And the third one, it's again, we all studied in our universities.
College days, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like garbage in, garbage out always. So here also the same principle applies. So know your data with the data discovery, then profiling and data quality should be given utmost importance. And it should have its own time carved out. And then not the final one, but the next important one is majorly for me is understanding the data and domain and choose the right architectural style.
So what do you mean by domain?
Domain is something, if we have an industry, we have a finance domain, healthcare domain, insurance. These are all the domains.
Okay. So whatever you're trying to master, it can be a customer domain, an employee domain, different master data elements, if you will.
Yes, from business standpoint, those are all industry domains.
Right.
But when it comes to the implementation of the project itself,
MDM, right?
we have again we call it a different domain, like customer domain, product domain, vendor domain.
Okay.
Yeah, assets or whatever is the
mastering the data. Yeah,
right.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I think these are the key points which I think is should be have in order to have a right start.
Okay. So what are some of the architectural styles of MDM? If you can summarize them to me, maybe in like 15 seconds.
Sure. Yeah. This is another key point is we all are technology. We love our technology,
right? And
we tend to deviate more in the direction. But let's hear the implementation style and architecture style should be driven by the domain and the requirements.
Okay.
Requirements is not the cool requirements, but industry domain requirements, like in architecture, like coexistency, registry style,
right.
Transactional, hub. There are many other ways to.
What is the most common architecture style that you've implemented?
Oh yeah, that's 70% of the time my clients went with centralized.
What does that mean?
It's like having one central domain and bringing in all the data sets from multiple systems like CRM, ERP, marketing, provisioning, licensing, whatever it is you have it.
It's like a hub and spoke model.
Exactly. On left side you have all the sources. You bring them in the real time, or you bring them in the batch mode, put it into the hub, master it, and again you push them back accordingly to the respective systems and downstreams by building a data access layer. That is from a high level.
So let's talk about some of the top technology platforms that are available in the market. And maybe if you can just give a quick rundown of their specialties as well, like what niche are they playing with?
Right. We all tend to look at either Gartner or Forrester, and there are a slew of options available out there in the market. Broadly categorized, some fall in the enterprise end-to-end category, like Informatica and IBM, which comes with all the bells and whistles you need.
Within the data management umbrella, right?
In that complete platform.
Right.
Data quality, metadata management, then the MDM, then you have integration, you have pretty much big data, you have one end-to-end control.
Got it.
And there are some niche players like Prophecy, which works well with Microsoft. And there is a Pitney Bowes, Spectrum. It has its own strength with all the data sets. And there are other niche players like Riversand, Orchestras, Tibo. There are a couple of others.
So it's interesting to know that there are technology vendors out there who actually have data sets that goes with their software.
Correct.
So now they have the whole ecosystem of both data and the technology, right?
Correct.
So that's a very interesting point.
Okay.
So Lakshmi, with 15 years of experience, what are some of the lessons learned that you would like to share to my audience with your MDM programs that you've implemented?
Yeah, that's a great question, and this should be like a 101 for MDM.
Right.
So whenever we are executing an MDM project, most of the time, people tend to, or teams tend to lean towards a specific tool or technology just because it has some features.
True.
And definitely price point, I don't want to talk about it because it's all burned down to dollars.
It's all about the cost, isn't it?
So choose the right tool and understand the advantage or the strength as well as weakness of the tool set.
Right.
Do the tool assessment first.
Right.
Then next one is introduce the culture of governance. Never a governance should be an option in the MDM program.
Right. How many, just back to that point, how many of your customers have actually had governance before they actually start an MDM project? Or 90% of the time, would you say when you start, that is when they really think about governance and the importance of it?
Yep, there are different type of customers. Believe me, there are customers who has zero governance, and there are customers who tried that path and stopped for some reason, and there are customers who are mature enough to understand, RACI kind of a project chapter level.
Right.
So, but I never saw a customer who is very mature in the governance and they don't have MDM system.
Right.
So it's like,
oh, I see. Okay, so what you're saying is for the more advanced customers, right, who already have MDM in play, definitely they have governance, or at least a part of it.
Yeah, at least a part of it. Yes.
I see.
They understand a part of it. At least they are maintaining something in Excel sheets, lack of better place.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. And going back to the question of what the lessons learned, this next point is SMEs of the business should be engaged in the MDM project right from the beginning, and they should be part of this execution till the end.
Right.
They are the one who validates whether the data which is coming in, the data which we are consuming, matching, merging, distributing, or declining, whatever we are doing, they are the one who knows the value of the data set. IT can look at the data and can tell, oh, it got rejected. It could be not. It could be a constraint. It could be some rule. But why it should be rejected, it could be a valid case.
Right.
So SME engagement.
IT kind of forms that operations support, that first level of support to even figure out what happened.
Correct.
And then business is the one that says why it happened.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
Okay. Smarchitects, that's an important point to remember. I keep emphasizing on the importance of architecture with what and the whys. MDM Architect here kind of proved it again, why architects need to consider.
Yeah. And next important point is think big picture. So I told don't just buy the tool because it has some cool features. But at the same time, I'm telling look towards, think big picture.
Right.
As in the age of digital transformation, and MDM is more and more becoming as a central hub of maintaining these digital assets and the mastering the data, and it is becoming an orchestra sitting in the center of the entire universe.
So it's important you consider MDM strategy, not just an MDM. Let's go implement an MDM system without a vision.
Right. And you should always consider, how do I enrich the data? So in order to enrich the data, you might definitely need some kind of data sitting somewhere. It could be social media,
right.
It could be third-party data like DNV, or it could be something else. So consider how well this MDM tool can help in this program, and thinking in the future's perspective also, not today.
Got it. This is a very educative discussion. Thank you so much for offering your perspectives, and we will hear a lot more of Lakshmi in our part 2.